Over the last few decades, the number of people identifying as religious in the census has fallen sharply. The number of people saying they have no religion has risen accordingly. But startling new research has found a reversal of this trend among young Gen Z men. Hack Shalila Medora is with us now to tell us more. Hi Shalila, so what does the research tell us?
Roz, since the 1990s, researchers have been taking the temperature of Australians' spirituality and their attitudes towards religion. And this year, some pretty interesting trends emerged around Gen Z men. For the first time ever, Gen Z men have identified more with Christianity than Gen Z women. Around 39% of Gen Z men say they identify as Christian, compared to just 28% of women. Other big trends have emerged too around the question of whether Christianity is good for society. 37% of Gen Z men agree or strongly agree, compared to just 17% of women in the same age range. Now, there are some caveats here, because women still do remain largely more spiritual. They're more likely to say they've experienced a spiritual or mystic experience than men. And also church attendance is roughly the same for both age groups, but it is a bit of a reversal of historic trends.
So what's behind these new trends then?
Yeah, so we've spoken to a lot of young men who have recently come to religion, and young groups of that are for Christian groups, for example, and they're saying that this is all about belonging, identity, and positive role models of masculinity. Now, as we know, there's a trend around the world towards some of these online influencers, the Andrew Tate effect, for example, which is the other side of the coin here. It's that young men are really looking for someone to give them a bit of a sense of who they are and how they should behave as young men. So it's all part of a larger trend that we're witnessing.
So how does this compare then, Shalila, with the broader Australian population?
Yeah, it's quite different, because as we've seen from the census, there has been quite a sharp drop in Christianity over the last decade or so. In 2011, around 61% of Australians said they were Christian. By the time 2021 rolled around, that was just 44%. And there has been quite an increase in the number of Australians overall who say they have no religion. So this is a really interesting trend that we're seeing over the last few years now, and it'll be really interesting to see if it continues that way too.